I find myself in a difficult position because really I don't deal with the county assembly directly. As I explained in my presentation, I deal with the county treasury. That is what the PFM outlines. Now, who is the head of the treasury? It is the CECM Finance. Who brings requisitions to me? The CECM Finance. So I have no direct interactions with the county assembly. Now, number two, I do not deal with any payment transactions. As COB, once the requisitions come through the county treasury, they'll normally be saying, this is recurrent, this is development. I approve the withdrawal of the funds from the county revenue fund to the operational account. Then the accounting officer of the respective entity handles the payments. Now, who looks at transactions? And here we should not mix roles. The Auditor General looks at transactions. I don't look at transactions. I look at the usage of the budget. So at the end of the quarter, they will tell me, in line with the budget that they have submitted to me, how they have utilized the funds on a vote level, not on transaction level. So to answer both of you is that I cannot vouch if the transactions are within the law because the transactions are not available to me. I do not have sight even of the bank statement of either the county executive or the county assembly. So it's not possible for me to tell. But I do know that each of those entities is supposed to have internal auditors who, if called upon, can bring out reports on the specific transactions for which the funds have been put to. That is why, again, I don't know whether I answered the factions, that issues of factions really wouldn't come to me. And that's why, as you can see in my report, I asked the CECM Finance, who in the PFM should be giving me the legitimate accounting officer of the county assembly who has brought requisitions for withdrawal of funds. Once the CECM tells me that this is the legitimate accounting officer, that is what I will run with. So I do not recognize any factions. In fact, I do not know them.
Before you
and
leave there,
it also,
just a minute through the chair. Before you leave there, do you certify yourself whether that budget has been properly passed properly by the county assembly? Do you
yes.
satisfy yourself?
We have a checklist.
So in this
Honorable Senator,
in this particular case on
yes.
supplementary budget,
yes,
I'm being cognizant of these conflicts in the county assembly. Did you certify yourself whether the budget had properly been, the supplementary budget had legally been passed by the county assembly? I think that's why we have called you here.
Honorable Senator, I think I highlighted that in my report. For both budgets, I have indicated who signed off the budget. And once I have that, and I have the signature from the county assembly, it is not really for me to contest and say, I don't recognize you. Or, you see, for me, I am limited. Once the county assembly tells me this is the budget we have passed, and those are the officials on record, then I take it from there, and that is what I have outlined in my report.
Could I, Madam, could I ask this question? In other words, when the elections were over in 2023, and the governor was sworn in, and the speaker was elected you had a list presented to you on who are the bona fide signatories and who can actually run your financials.
Yes.
Am I correct to say that what you're saying is there was no other correspondence either from court or anywhere stopping you from transacting with any faction or with anybody in Nyamira, the assumption being that the officials who are running the financials of the county were actually legitimate and you didn't have to worry about it?
That is correct, Honorable Chair. Until such time when this doubt came in, I wrote back to the county treasury and said, do we still deal with these people? Or because there were letters, sporadic letters coming from here and here telling us, you know, I'm now this, I'm now that. So we asked that they confirm who the bona fide office holders are.
And in that case, just for us to record this on Hansard, the people who are then supposed to transact was Mr. Okero. Could you name the names that you have? Mr. Okero and Mr. Nyamura.
Yes.
But so that I don't lose it, Madam Comptroller, you say that you communicated to the CEC.
Yes.
On issues, county assembly, who do you normally communicate with? Is it still the CEC, or are there occasions when you communicate to the clerk?
All issues to do with finances are covered by the PFM Act. And under the PFM Act, I deal with the county treasury. The head of the county treasury is the CECM Finance. If we communicate with the county assembly, it is not to do with money. All issues, money, have one root. Yes.
Maybe one more question is that, Madam COP,
Yes.
is that now that you have already said that the issue in Nyamira is highly contentious, do you feel that we need to save that money until when the situation will be solved, or you still want to continue and pay the money to, you know, this kind of conflicting groups? Because these are the same people who will be utilizing that fund.
Through the chair, that is not an answer I can give you now, because nothing stops me from continuing to disburse funds as long as the regulations governing the withdrawal of funds have been followed. So until such time that those regulations have been flouted, I have nothing to stop me from disbursing the funds. So maybe what I can say here is that that answer can come from another office, but probably not mine.
Just an hypothesis.
Yes.
Assuming the County Assembly of Nairobi today changed their speaker, who will do the communication to your office so that you know which speaker to deal with?
First and foremost, I don't deal with the speaker. The one who handles payments is actually the clerk.
Okay, let's put it this way.
Yes.
Part of the documents you have annexed at page 20 is the confirmation from the Speaker of the Assembly that the supplementary budget was passed on the 26th of November 2024. I think you have annexed that at page 20?
Yes, but...
So the question I'm asking is, in your due diligence, how do you certify yourself that you are dealing with the right holder of that office? Do you get communication from the clerk, or do you get communication from the speaker? In case of a dispute in that office, how do you know who is the legitimate office holder? Because that's the issue, that's the problem we are trying to solve. That's why I'm asking you that question.
I actually don't deal with speakers. Let me put it plainly that way. Financial matters rarely go to the speaker. Now, when it comes to issues of passing the budget, I am not part of the passing of the budget. But once passed, once the budget has been passed, it will be forwarded to me because I will oversee the implementation. Really, my mandate starts from implementation. I am not part of the budget making process. So, in this particular instance, as you have seen, if I'm in any doubt about the speaker who is in office, I will normally ask the head of the Treasury. But since I do not deal directly with the speaker, I expect that if there are any changes, it is the county treasury that will alert me on the same. But I repeat, I don't deal with the speaker.